My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. All praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate and the most merciful. As believers, we all know that the end times are filled with trials and tribulations, but the fitna of Dajjal stands out as the greatest test. Dajjal will appear with extraordinary powers, one blind eye, and the word kafir on his forehead. He will lead many astray with his deceptive miracles. Today, we will discuss the story of the man who met Dajjal. This hadith is the famous hadith of Faatimah bint Qays, one of the famous sahabiyat. She narrates, "Is this hadith Sahih Muslim? That one day we were sitting in the house when we heard the crier running through the city, the caller of the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, saying, As-salatu jamia, prayer is about to begin. So I went out to the mosque and I prayed with the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. I was in the women's row that was closest to the people. When the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, had finished his prayer, he sat on the minbar and said, Let each person stay in the place where he just prayed. Then he said, Do you know why I called you together? They said, Allah and his messenger know best. He said, By Allah, I did not call you together for an exhortation or for a warning. I have called you together because Tamim al-Dari was a Christian, and he came and swore allegiance and became Muslim, and told me something which agrees with what I was telling you about the Dajjal. He told me that he sailed in a ship with 30 men of Lakham and Judham, and they were tossed by the waves of the sea for a month. Then they came to an island at sunset. They sat in a small rowing boat and landed on that island. They were met by a beast with a great deal of hair, and they could not distinguish his face from his back because he was so hairy. They said, Woe to you, what are you? It said, I am al-Jassasa. They said, What is al-Jassasa? It said, O people, go to this man in the monastery, for he keen to know about you. He, the narrator, said, When it named a man for us, we were afraid of it lest it be a devil. Then we set off rushing until we came to that monastery, where we found the hugest man we had ever seen, bound strongly in chains with his hands tied to his neck and his legs bound from the knees to the ankles with iron shackles. We said, Woe to you, who are you? He said, We see you. You will soon find out about me, tell me who you are. They said, We are people from Arabia who embarked on a ship, but the sea became wild, and the waves tossed us about for 1 month. Then they brought us to this island of yours. We took to the rowing boats and landed on this island. We were met by a beast with a great deal of hair, and we could not tell his front from his back because he was so hairy. We said, Woe to you, what are you? It said, I am al-Jassasa. We said, What is al-Jassasa? It said, Go to this man in the monastery, for he is keen to know about you. So we came rushing to you and we fled from it because we could not be sure that it was not a devil. He, that chained person, said, Tell me about the date palm trees of Baysan. We said, What do you want to know about them? He said, I am asking you whether these trees bear fruit. We said, Yes. He said, Soon they will not bear fruit. He said, Tell me about the lake of Tabariya. We said, What do you want to know about it? He said, Is there water in it? They said, There is a great deal of water in it. He said, Soon it will dry up. Then he said, Tell me about the spring of Zugar, which is in the south of Syria. They said, What do you want to know about it? He said, Is there water in the spring, and do the people grow crops with the water of the spring? We said to him, Yes, there is plenty of water in it, and the people grow crops with its water. He said, Tell me about the prophet of the unlettered. What has he done? We said, He has left Makkah and has settled in Yathrib, Medina. He said, Do the Arabs fight against him? We said, Yes. He said, How did he deal with them? We told him that he had prevailed over the Arabs in his vicinity, and they had shown obedience to him. He said to us, Has it really happened? We said, Yes. He said, If it is so, that is better for them that they show obedience to him. Now I will tell you about myself. I am Dajjal, and soon I will be given permission to emerge. So I will come out and travel in the land, and will not spare any town, but I will stay for 40 nights, except Makkah and Medina. They are both forbidden to me. Every time I try to enter one of them, I will be met by an angel with a sword in his hand, who will bar my way, and on every route there will be angels guarding it. She said, Then the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, struck the minbar with his staff and said, This is Taba, this is Taba, this is Taba, meaning Medina. Didn't I tell you this before? The people said yes. This hadith ends here. My dear brothers and sisters, this hadith is the famous hadith of Tamim al-Dari, narrated by Sahabiya Faatimah bint Qays. May Allah protect us from the trials and tribulations of Dajjal, and grant us the strength to remain steadfast in our faith and guide us on the path of righteousness. Ameen. If this video resonated with you, please share it with other Muslim brothers and sisters so they can benefit as well. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more enriching Islamic content. Together, let's grow in faith and understanding. Jazakallah khair for your support.